One slip leads to multiple broken bones.
Actors and actresses from Aberdeen are heading to state.
We talk with Central students competing in a sport outside of school.
An Aberdeen graduate is blazing a new trail.
And we see if Camden South can find anyone smarter than Senor.
Hi, I'm Jason Lopez Martinez.
And I'm Courtney Thorstensen, and you're watching Eagle Zone.
We start the show with the warning to be careful with snow and ice on the ground. A Central student broke an ankle after slipping on a pool of water at the school's semi-formal dance.
We don't know if students tracked in snow from outside that melted or if someone spilled a water bottle, but we do know it caused a lot of pain for a student who's still recovering.
A senior student, Axel Daughtry, dislocated and broke 2 bones in their ankle on the night of winter dance.
We were walking, and I was like walking fast, and I slip on water, and my foot kind of goes like that way, like outwards that way. It was really weird. I like felt it, and it was weird. I just kind of like laid on the ground, and I was like stunned for a minute, and then I looked down at my leg, and I was like, well, that don't look right. I realized that my foot was literally sideways, and I started freaking out. So like in the movie scenes, when you see someone hurt their leg, and they're like rolling around, and they're going like, oh my God, my leg, that was me.
Ember Lighthold, a friend of Daughtry's, saw the whole thing.
We got there around like 8:30ish, and we stayed there for about 45 minutes, but my friend Marley and Axel were running at me. I looked back and I saw Axel slip, like I heard a pop, it was really loud.
A chaperone called an ambulance and Daughtry received an IV with pain medications while paramedics looked at the ankle.
I cannot embarrass myself in front of this cute paramedic right now. I'm gonna breathe and I'm gonna be fine. So I'm trying to breathe, then they start taking off my shoe, and I start screaming bloody murder. It was really funny. I won't get full range in my ankle back, but I will get most of it. So that's good, I guess.
Daughtry will be in a splint for 6 weeks, then a boot for a few more weeks with physical therapy for a few months afterwards.
It's been a strong season for Aberdeen's speech and debate team, and that extends beyond our state and region. It just competed in a tournament with 49 schools from 20 states. Brianna Woolman is the improv champion, and Abia George takes first in foreign extent. There were others with top 5 finishes and appearances in quarterfinal and semifinal rounds.
Show choirs are back from a strong finish in a weekend competition. Eagle Express earned 2nd in the open division and 2nd in finals. Special Request finished 1st in the unisex division and 5th in finals.
Central's theater department is heading to the State One-Act Play Festival. The event runs February 2nd through 4th at O'Gorman High School at Sioux Falls. Eagle Zone's Joey Pierce talked with the cast and crew. Joey?
Can the theater department make it 17 in a row? That's the streak of superior ratings that's on the line for Aberdeen's theater crew. They're heading to the State One-Act Play Festival, riding a successful wave of 16 superiors in a row.
I would say we're very prepared. It's a nice show. It's coming along very nicely in our practices.
With practice comes challenges, both when acting and when performing in the band.
Probably lyrics for the songs and or lines. Those are probably really where I mess up a lot, because it just like, some of them are very similar. You just mix up a few words.
We had to write in a bunch of parts for the drum set and auxiliary, but so far it's going pretty smoothly.
As sophomore Cohen Vogel tells us, there's a lot that goes into preparing the performance.
We practice check like chunks of the play, and then we connect them into another. And this is the transitions, but I mean, like, we've cleared that up, so it's looking really nice.
Vogel wants another superior rating for the group's performance of Schoolhouse Rock, but that's only part of the experience.
My favorite part of the One Act is probably just hanging around with the cast and crew and everyone. It's just a really fun time, and it's just awesome.
I am pretty excited about this, and I can tell the band students and the actors are as well.
The cast and crew are now on their way to the festival, and we'll cover the results of that in next week's story.
Central will perform Friday the 3rd at 5:15. Results will come in next week.
The play is one of many activities for students through the school district, but kids from Central also take part in sports and other programs with community groups. Eagle Zone's Tony Gardner joins us to share one of those groups. Tony?
That's right. One option students have outside of school is bowling. The ESD traveling team is headed to one of its last tournaments this year in Chamberlain. As the season ends, students on the team say they've learned a lot.
I've learned how to create a close bond with everybody. I've also learned how to become a better bowler.
They expect to finish the season strong.
I think we'll do pretty good. I bet the girls team will get first. Hopefully the boys team will not become last.
I think we're probably going to do pretty good.
Central art teacher Sarah Bruss coaches this team.
I think the boys need to work on their consistency and learning to make adjustments at the appropriate times. I'd like to see the girls win. They're really close to that. And then they also have a lot of work to do with some of the younger ones developing their skills and techniques.
Group is about more than trying to get a high score or victory over the other teams. It's about building those close bonds and friendships with one another.
Probably hanging out, having fun, and just doing what you do.
The season started in September and runs through the beginning of February.
Thanks, Tony. We'll be right back after these messages created by media production students.
School in general has always been fun to me because it just gives me something to do to pass time by. I think that's kind of what the point of high school is to help you figure out who you are and what you want to do in life once you graduate. I'll miss a lot of the teachers. They've made my experience here a lot easier. So there's definitely a lot of different options for different people with different abilities and different interests.
The school can definitely help out with what you want to do after school. You can talk to counselors, you can even talk to some of the teachers.
Just coming here and having fun and meeting new people and getting cool with your teachers.
A big wrestling tournament in Aberdeen, and an impressive double overtime game from the boys basketball team. Eagle Zone's Caitlin Sarda joins us with sports. Caitlin?
Thanks, Jason. The boys and girls wrestling teams are coming off strong finishes at the Lee Wolf tournament in Aberdeen. Both teams finished second. First, on the girls' side, Katrina Gibson with the escape in this 154 matchup. She finished second in her weight class. On the boys' side, junior Raiden Zenz gets the pin on his way to a first-place finish, wrestling 126. Zen has only 2 losses on the year. Moving on to the 145-pound weight class, Mason Schremp earned second place at the tournament. The sophomore is 24-4 on the year. And this isn't a first or second place finisher, but we thought this was a pretty good throw by senior Logan Opitz, so we wanted to show it to you. He finished in 5th. Moving on to basketball. The boys team is riding a successful streak. It faced the Governors here at Golden Eagles Arena. Early in the first, senior Carter Dingman finds junior Jet Carlson behind the arc and puts up the ball, giving the Golden Eagles their first points of the game. Midway through the first quarter, junior Grant Fritz passes the ball off to senior Spencer Barr, who drives to the basket, putting the Eagles up 13-5. Barr ended up scoring 51 points in this game. Next, in the first overtime, the Eagles inbound the ball to senior Spencer Barr, who dribbles around a group of Governor athletes and drives to the basket, tying the score and putting the game in double overtime. Lastly, the Golden Eagles try and hold up their 2-point lead over the Governors. Junior Grant Fritz and Cooper Eisenbeis both helped in blocking this final shot by a Governor athlete. The Eagles go to win this game 84-82 in double overtime. That Pier game had a coach on the sidelines with ties right here to Aberdeen. Pier's head coach, Brianna Kusler, is a Central graduate who played on one of the Golden Eagles state champion squads. Eagle Zone's Jabez Darrow explains how Kusler is now filling a role no woman in South Dakota has filled before.
Kusler is the first female head basketball coach for a AA boys basketball team in South Dakota. She said she doesn't think about that very often.
It is a cool thing to talk about, I guess, but I think I'm hopeful that it opens up some doors for other females to feel confident to step into professions that maybe are more male dominant.
Athletic director Don Seiler used to coach girls basketball, and Kusler on her team.
Well, it's awesome for her, and I'm not surprised. The one thing we always tell kids, whether male or female, treat them as athletes. And I think the same should be said as coaches. Whether male or female, treat them as coaches.
And Kusler is a good one, according to Seiler.
Because of her demeanor, because of her character, because the amount of energy, the amount of time she's put into learning this game, studying this game.
Although Kusler is the first woman in her position, she wants the next generation to achieve higher.
And whether it be within a male-dominated profession or if it's just encouraging young ladies to just pursue what they're passionate about, I think that's the biggest takeaway that I want anybody to see as I'm coaching.
Kusler says there were challenges transitioning from a player to a coach, but she never felt that she was treated different for being a female coach on a boys team.
Kusler still has one sibling in high school. Her younger brother Braxton is a junior. She says they don't take it easy on each other and both want to win. And they enjoy competitive banter at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Jason?
Thanks, Caitlin. It's time for your recap of top stories in Spanish, but we have a new bilingual member of Eagle Zone. So this week, Max Jamie will bring you that segment. Hola, Jamie, y bienvenidos a Eagle Zone. ¿Cómo andas ahí, Jamie?
Gracias, Jason. Esas son las mejores historias de esta semana. Tenemos una advertencia para que la gente tenga cuidado con la nieve y el hielo en el suelo. Un estudiante de la escuela secundaria central se rompió un tobillo en un baile de la escuela, después de resbalarse con los zapatos mojados. Los actores y actrices de Aberdeen están tratando de obtener una calificación en el Festival Estatal de este acto de teatro. El Departamento de Teatro Central tuvo calificaciones superiores durante muchos años y quiere que el éxito continúe. Los estudiantes de Aberdeen Central High School también participan en actividades fuera de la escuela. Un equipo de bolos en la comunidad tiene muchos estudiantes de secundaria y su temporada casi está terminada. La entrenadora del equipo masculino de Pierre se graduó en la Aberdeen Central High School. Es la primera entrenadora de un equipo de baloncesto masculino, AA, en Dakota del Sur.
Gracias, Max. Camden Fouth is back this week to show us if you can find anyone smarter than Senor Caveney. Take a look.
Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than Senor? It's been quite a while since our last show, so let's recap what happened. It was the Christmas edition, and Senor sneaks away with a win and a tiebreaker. Now, it is 2023, and we start off our first show of 2023, back where it all began for me.
A lot of great memories are made over here. 4th, 1st, 5th grade soccer games. Never will forget.
We are starting off the new year seeing how CC Lee Elementary staff stack up against Senor. Let's meet our contestants. Head volleyball coach, Mrs. Bindnagel, assistant girls soccer coach, Mrs. Hanley, and 5th grade teacher, Miss Alm. This week's topic is celebrities. We showed our contestants a picture of a celebrity and they just had to guess who the celebrity was. Our first celebrity is a Canadian and American actor.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds.
There's no way.
Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, there we go. Everyone starts off nothing but perfect. Next, we move on to one of the main actors from The Office.
Oh, Steve Carell.
Can I just say Michael Scott is my answer? Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
Mrs. Hanley gets her first wrong, but everyone else remains perfect. Now we move on to an American actor and comedian.
Robin Williams.
Oh, Robin Williams. Is that Robin Williams?
Robin Williams.
Everyone gets Robin Williams correct, and we still have 3 that remain perfect. Next, we move on to an American singer. And for Mrs. Hanley, she took a while on this one.
It's Jackie Bindnagel.
Britney Spears.
Oh, Carrie Underwood.
Is that Carrie Underwood?
After that, Miss Alm and Senor are the only ones that remain perfect, and we have one final celebrity left. Finally, we move on to an NBA player from the Golden State Warriors.
Okay, LeBron James. It's not LeBron James.
Stephen Curry. Sorry. Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry.
And once again, we are tied. Senor did butcher the name a bit, but we will give it to him. Now, we must have a tiebreaker once again. The only problem is that both Miss Alm and Senor are on completely different sides of town. So the team at Are You Smarter Than Senor decided to give Miss Alm and Senor 4 more celebrities, and whoever gets the most out of these 4 wins. To start our tiebreaker, we first start with an English actor.
It's Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yep. Both Senor and Miss Alm start off on good terms. Next, we move on to an Australian actor.
Hugh Jackman.
Is it Hugh Jackman?
And after 2, still perfect. Now, we move on to an American actress and businesswoman.
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
And we are still nothing but perfect. For the final celebrity of the tiebreaker, we go back to the NBA with a former Los Angeles Lakers star and one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, no way!
Oh, Kobe Bryant.
Oh my goodness! And as you can hear Brian Johnson's reaction and see my reaction, we wish to have a winner, but unfortunately, we are still tied after the tiebreaker. After this happened, the team behind the scenes met and have determined that we still must have a winner. But for the first time ever, we will not have a winner during this show. Stay tuned as next time we find out the winner of this show, plus see how Mike Miller elementary staff stack up against Senor. Signing off, as your host of Are You Smarter Than Senor, I'm Camden Powell.
Thanks, Camden. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can always watch our stories whenever you want by scrolling down to the Eagle Zone section of the school district website. That's aberdeen.k12.sd.us.
We leave you this week with a look at the art exhibit at the Dakota Prairie Museum, featuring work from Aberdeen Central students. With Eagle Zone is your boy, Jason Lopez Martinez.
And I'm Courtney Thorstensen. See you next week.